So I'm gonna hit Option U to make everything small. I'm gonna go to the mid bass section, open this up, go to this MIDI clip, this MIDI track, I'm gonna double click it. So there's nothing here. We can go Command F and hit Serum, type it in, it's right here, or we can go to Plugins, find Serum. Perfect. Now we have a drum loop, but we need basses. So we have our sound loaded up here. We can call it Kevin. No, you know what? We'll call him Bart. Now Bart wants to start at the beginning. He wants to be fat, dope, and cool. So we're going to just highlight this section at the beginning, right click, insert MIDI clip, or you can hit Command Shift M. This will open up the piano roll so we can start making Bart. Remember, we're in D minor, so you want to start on the root note when you're making these bass sounds. And for me personally, I like to go down. So instead of D3, we'll go to D0. We'll highlight this, hold Shift, and hit the down arrow to move down octaves. You could hit up to move up octaves, but we're going to go down to D0. It's too short, so we're going to get it long. I want it to stop right here where the snare hits. Hear that again? This is what it sounds like at the beginning. This is what the initialized patch is right here. First thing we want to do, we want to make it a bass sound. I'll show you the simple way to start making a sound more robotic. We'll turn down this level, or add the first LFO to the level. Now it's this LFO is controlling the sound, and it's going at this speed, 1/4, which is a quarter note. We can even make it faster. But we're gonna make it slow. We can even change this to make it like a shark fin. That's the first process of the sound. Nice. Now we can go ahead here, turn on oscillator B and turn it all the way down. We could go here and go to spectral and add a monster or a Reese mess, any of these crazy tables, and move the wavetable position and listen to what these sound like. You can't hear anything yet. What we have to do is go to FM from B and turn it up. Now, when we move this around, you can hear this signal. It's going through this signal. You can mess with the FM from B. So I will just leave it here. I like how this sounds, and we'll add a filter. You can mess with these flanges for different sounds and mess with the cutoff, the drive. You can add an LFO right here to make it move a little bit. Perfect. Now you have your first bass menu. You could start adding effects. So you go to audio effects. You can add compressors, EQs, multiband dynamics, which is where OTT is, saturators, amps. You could try all of these effects. We're just going to make it louder first. We'll turn up this drive. We can add a little bit of reverb. When you're messing with reverb, you only want to worry about dry and wet and the decay time. Short decay. Nice, and then we can just go ahead and add an OTT at the end. When you see it, you want to just turn up the output to start affecting the sound, and you can mix the dry and wet accordingly. Now you have some simple effects on your first bass. You can go back to Serum and add effects in the inside. Add distortion. Add multi-band compression to make it loud. You'll turn this on and you can turn up the gain. Nice, so now you have the drop. That's your first sound. Now, Bart's lonely. Bart wants a girlfriend. We'll just simply duplicate him with the Command D. Call this one Cindy. Color her different. And then now we could just move Cindy in a different section. Cool. So keep in mind, Bart and Cindy are the same exact thing, but we're going to make Cindy a little different. So we'll click on her. We'll go to her serum. And then we can start messing with the rate. So we'll make her faster. Awesome. You can click this for triplet, and you can activate different rhythms with the triplet, like 1/8 T, 1/4 T, like cool. And then you could even duplicate this little section and hear what this sounds like. Then you can duplicate Cindy and make a friend of hers called Mindy, and then get Mindy a little bit different. You could delete these, and now we have 3 basses. And we'll change up Mindy. So we'll change Mindy to, let's say, a quarter note. And we'll also change the way she sounds. So we'll go to this wavetable, change this, Zephyr from B, change this, move Serum out of the way, and we can click this and listen to it. We can move this. Now we can listen in the mix. Then you can grab these and duplicate. And now you're starting to make a bass loop. We can make another sound, so we'll Command D, duplicate Bart. And we want a sound to go maybe on every dun, chin, dun, chin. So we'll go to Bart, we'll solo it to only hear this one. And we can go to Serum. And we can mess with this LFO. So I double click here to make it shorter. We'll go here. Make it fast. And I can even chop it like this. We can duplicate these. And then we have another sound in the background. We can get an EQ. We can mix in the sound with an EQ. Usually the EQ will start like this, but with these sounds, you're going to want to cut off the bass. So you do a cut right here at 100. Later on in the song, in this subsection, that's where all the bass sounds are going to go. The low frequencies that you feel. You usually can't hear them through regular headphones or feel them. But on your other sounds that are not the sub, you want to make sure that you leave space for your basses here. And you'll do this for the melodics right here. You could put it on the group. You could do it for the drums as well. This isn't a 100% rule. It all goes by ear, but it will definitely help in the beginning to make your mixes cleaner. You don't want 2 basses to be playing at the same time, 2 subs playing at the same time. All right, perfect. So now we'll go back to, we'll call this Bart 2, and we'll color it different. could just turn down some frequencies over here on Bart. Nice. Now from here, you could start messing with your different section to make it different. Now we could duplicate this. We can make this second section fast, for example. We'll go to serum and then make it fast. So now we have two different sections. Perfect. Now, to add more variation, we can go to MIDI and go to serum, and we can hit this arrow and hit configure. We want to mess with the pitch bend, which is right here, this knob. When I click this knob, now we can control it in this section. We'll hit configure to go back to normal. And then we want to pitch bend up. You can move these. This is how much pitch bend you can actually use. When it's at 2 semitones, it's not going to pitch bend up and down a lot. You want to move it up to 12, which is an octave, or 6, which is half an octave. So we could put it on 6, for example. Now in this place, we can move this up. Or you can right-click and show automation. You could click right here and click right here to make some dots. Click here again to make a third dot, and you can move this dot up. So this now pitches up. And you'll want to mess with pitch bends all throughout different bases of your song. It's really just going to be practice making these patterns on basses, duplicating, doing different drums. If you go to your drums here at the beginning, you could even highlight this and press 0 so you don't see them, and you could mute those. You'll start messing with your drums, deleting, adding different sections to create rhythm and groove and to make people dance. The sub section we're not going to go into. You can watch my drums tutorial for an in-depth on how to make the sub. But as a beginner, this is what you're going to want to work on. Your timing, your kicks, your snares, sample choice. You want to study drummers and lay out your drums. And then when you get to your mid basses, you want to get into serum, start using easy methods to make sounds, and start laying out your different basses so that you can make your own dubstep song. I hope this helped you out, guys. These are going to be really basic tips. If you want any other types of tips, just let me know in the comments below. I can make a lot more tutorials like this, or more complex tutorials as well. Otherwise, you guys stay hyphy, keep it real, and I'm out here. Let me go down. Let's go down.